All right, $1.2 billion of customer money vanishes, and no one seems to know anything. MF Global CEO and former U.S. Senator Jon Corzine was on the hot seat today at a Senate hearing, but he insists he never told anyone at MF Global to misuse customer funds. And today, two other top executives, the CFO and the COO, also told Congress essentially the same, which is, don't look at me.
If I could just ask any of you to think of any way or provide an example of how $1.2 billion of customer funds could be transferred and disappear without any laws or regulations being violated. I mean, just in other words, give us a hypothetical scenario of how that could happen without breaking any laws or existing regulations. Anybody want to take a stab at that?
I never directed anyone at MF Global to misuse customer funds.
I do not recall participating in any conversation about the use of customer funds.
I did not authorize, approve, or know of any transfers of customer funds for any house or broker-dealer purposes.
And tonight, a stunning new accusation against Jon Corzine. A financial executive claims Corzine knows more than he is admitting about the use of customer money.
A CME auditor also participated in a phone call with senior MF Global employees, wherein one employee indicated that Mr. Corzine knew about the loans that had made for the customer segregated accounts.
So we're any closer to finding out the truth. Senator John Thune joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta.
I'll tell you that hypothetical question you asked of the three panelists and more about if there's any way that the money could be missing where a law wasn't broken. There was first 6 seconds of silence and then 5 seconds of silence, which seemed like eternity. Did they just stare at you?
They did. It was really pretty stunning, this incredible dead silence in response to that question. And I think it gets to the broader issue in all this, and how could $1 billion, more than $1 billion, just poof, disappear into thin air, and unless some law was broken or some regulation was violated? And I don't think they have an answer for that question.
How can they not? Because in this digital age, I mean, if I make a $5 trade on an E-Trade account, there's a transaction. I mean, everything leaves a fingerprint in the internet digital age. I mean, how is this even remotely possible?
I don't think it is. I mean, it just doesn't pass the smell test. And, they were very trained and on message, essentially provided a lot of the same answers that they did when they were testifying in the House of Representatives. But you showed the clip from Terry Duffy, the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and that was kind of a smoking gun in the hearing today. I mean, that suggested that they know something. There's more there than meets the eye right now. And as you know, there's an investigation underway. You've got the Justice Department, the FBI involved, the Commodities Future Trading Commission. The SEC is interested in this. So hopefully when the investigation is concluded, we'll know a lot more about this. But clearly there's a lot more right now that meets the eye.
You had the CEO, former, the CFO, the COO, the three top guys. I mean, $1.2 billion. We throw such big numbers around these days that suddenly doesn't seem quite such a big deal. But it is huge. I mean, the three just look. Did they have no explanation?
They didn't, and and that's the thing that's just so it is absolutely it's just so infuriating when you're trying to get these answers. $1.2 billion. I mean, you can't just, that money just cannot disappear like that. And obviously their response is, we don't know where it is. There's an investigation underway. But clearly sometime between Wednesday and Friday, when all this occurred and the company kind of went into collapse, something very untoward happened.
Well, that makes it even more sinister, is that there seems to be sort of an escalated activity in the last couple of days when sort of when they realized the jig was up. And there's some suggestion that there was a lot of activity then. I mean, so it almost looks like they were desperate, like a bad Vegas bet, and that suddenly they went to these segregated customer accounts and tried to get the money to try to salvage themselves.
Well, and that's what Terry Duffy said, that they use customer segregated funds to make a loan to a European affiliate. But clearly, these funds, which are supposed to be off limits to them, somehow that got breached. There's no other explanation for this.
It's called stealing. I mean, frankly, when you use someone else's money that you don't have permission to, it's like everyone uses sort of fancy code words and corporate words, but you know what? Frankly, it's stealing. When you use somebody else's money without permission, it's stealing.
There's very little explanation, it would appear. Now, obviously, we're all, until we get the investigation and that's completed, and we have a little better idea about where it all went. But yeah, I mean, I think if you're someone out there, you're somebody in America today, you're wondering, you know, what the heck's going on out there. It's a little bit interesting to me because, you know, John Corzine is somebody too that the administration has looked to. Joe Biden has said he's the smartest guy I know on the economy. The president has said that he helped us write the stimulus bill. This is someone in which this administration had placed a great deal of confidence.
Well, it's also, I mean, even it's not enough to say I didn't know. You do have a duty as the boss. You know, a fiduciary duty to the people. I mean, so it's not just enough like, I don't know, you know, I don't have my records, which is essentially what it is. I mean, did you serve in the Senate at the same time he did?
Briefly, yes.
Is it awkward having a ex-colleague sitting there having, you know, this horrible situation?
Of course it is. I mean, I think it's a little uncomfortable, but look, he has to be accountable. And the Ag Committee, we have jurisdiction over the Commodities Future Trading Commission. We view this as important to try and figure out where the money went, try and get it back in the hands of the people whose money it is, and then figure out how to make sure this never happens again. And obviously, as I said, with the investigation, the Justice Department and some of the other folks that are looking into this are probably going to determine at some point whether charges need to be brought.
Did he direct any money from the segregated customer accounts to be used in any way?
He says not. He says he never directed anybody to do that. But that's kind of the question I was trying to get at, is how could those funds not, if there wasn't some law broken where they weren't using segregated customer funds, how could that, without a violation of regulation or law, how could this money just disappear?
Well, and with that, you got 6 seconds of silence followed by 5 seconds of silence, which in the courtroom when we used to have cases that was eternity.
Yeah, it seemed like an eternity in front of the committee
not to have an answer.
Too. Yeah.
Anyway, Senator, thank you, and I hope you get to the bottom of this. Thank you, sir.
We will get to the bottom of it. Thanks, Greta.